State lawmakers are getting their first look at a bill that Governor Cuomo has introduced to clean up corruption in state politics. The governor sent the bill to lawmakers last night, and it's full of stiffer penalties and steep fines. Our Capitol correspondent Pat Bailey had a chance to read the bill, and he joins us now from our Albany bureau to tell us what's in it and what's likely to get public approval, I guess, Pat.
Well, Liz, there were really no surprises in this bill. All the proposals are what the governor has been calling for: felony charges, prison times, hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines if lawmakers are convicted of breaching the public's trust. Now, these have all been proposals for a few weeks now, but finally pen was put to paper, and now it's up to the legislature to act. Dubbed the Public Trust Act, Cuomo's bill would tighten the definition of what is considered a bribe, what offering a bribe is, and expanding the penalties for those convicted of such crimes. Now, there are four categories really that stood out here in the bill: bribery in the form of a lawmaker to another person, bribery received by a lawmaker, bribery in the form of accepting money in exchange for access to public office, and bribery for giving money to be put on public office. If convicted of any such crime, no matter the level of conviction, all these lawmakers, if they do it, are looking at felony charges and mandatory sentencing between 6 and 10 years, and fines could result in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, the proposal comes a few weeks after state lawmakers were arrested, two of them, State Senator Malcolm Smith of Queens and Assemblyman Eric Stevenson of the Bronx, both charged with bribery in separate matters. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Smith paid the GOP heads of 2 New York City boroughs cash in exchange for their signatures to allow him on the mayoral ticket as a Republican. He's a Democrat. Now, the same office arrested Assemblyman Eric Stevenson for allegedly taking $22,000 in cash in exchange for fast-tracking the opening of an adult daycare center in his Bronx district. Now, both Stevenson and Smith pled not guilty to the charges. Now, if this bill passed as is, it would take effect 30 days after the day it is passed, and that could be interesting to see if either Smith or Stevenson are found guilty, if they are, when they are, and if it would coincide with a new law. And of course, both men are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Liz?
It does seem to be about ethics. What about reforming campaigns and money used in campaigns? I know that was a big concern, too, that leads to corruption depending on how much money is given to what candidate.
Yeah, the governor was talking about it at one point, maybe one bill, but now it's likely it could come as a separate bill. Governor Cuomo has said repeatedly that he does want to use public money to match private campaign donation. Now, it's a method that New York City elections use, and down in New York City, it's a 6-to-1 match. So for every dollar privately garnered New York City money, they give you $6 to that, up to a certain amount. So the question now is, how much will that cost taxpayers in a statewide proposal? And that is likely what is holding up a campaign finance reform bill. It's one that the governor has said would be a priority. So we'll see coming up, hopefully maybe in the next couple of weeks from the governor, what that could look like.
All right, we'll look forward to that. We know you'll be on top of it for us. Pat Bailey, thanks.